Can Premier League stats predict an NWSL winner? Arsenal won a historic Premier League title by dominating stats like XG conceded, clean sheets, and of course, set-piece goals. Because winning the NWSL Shield requires the same season-long grind, I'm digging into the statistical categories that helped Arsenal secure their long-awaited victory. The question is there a clear standout in the NWSL at this midway point of the season? There's one defining element of Arsenal's 2026 season. It was excellence in set pieces. There's currently a tie in the NWSL for most goals scored from set pieces. I'm going to look at Angel City first with 6. I think they've scored from a bigger variety of set pieces, giving them a bit of a lead. I like that they have recycled opportunities really well and found a great way to score on second opportunities more than once. And then they've also had this long throw from Jonsdottir that they've been using throughout the season. It's been pretty lethal, and it's nice to see them actually score off of it. Washington Spirit also have 6 set-piece goals, but you won't see this team recycle the ball as much because they don't really need to. All of their set-piece strategies are pretty much focused on getting the ball to their best players and letting them use their special talents. Sometimes this looks incredibly orchestrated. It takes a lot of coordination and planning to find those types of plays. I think one thing the Spirit have done really well compared to last season, not so reliant on short corners. In third place, we have another tie between the Portland Thorns and the Orlando Pride with 5 set-piece goals each. I'm giving the Pride a bit of a leg up here because they've done that off less expected goals. But look at all 3 of these corners. They look identical to me. Served in from the same side to roughly the same spot, Orlando have completely found their corner formula. Also love to see them score off this throw. Not quite as long as the Jonsdottir one, but again, like seeing them score off different set pieces. And then who knows, Carriabello had this killer flip throw, great range on this. It could be something. Orlando Pride, set pieces were a huge part of their Shield win, and they look like they want to repeat. Another area Arsenal dominated was collecting wins against bottom half of the table teams. They were ruthless, and this helped them stay ahead of the table throughout the season. If we look at the NWSL, there's a few standouts, but the Washington Spirit really crushing it with 2.3 points per game picked up against bottom half teams. Perhaps one of the most important stats for Arsenal was actually an individual stat. That was 19 clean sheets from David Raya. The NWSL leader? Well, that's Ann-Katrin Berger with 7 clean sheets. She actually has a clean sheet in every win she has with Gotham. Not a lot of flashy saves from her because she somehow looks cool, calm, collected all the time. Any concerns I had earlier in the season about her play are completely gone. She looks back to herself. You can't forget she does a lot of preventative maintenance to help this team. We have another second place tie, Sandy McKeever, with 5 clean sheets for the Washington Spirit. She's been really wonderful coming out of goal, timing that, not really many moments of hesitation or oopsies there. She had a nice penalty save, but my favorite thing about her, she's got some real athleticism, and she loves to show it off. I am constantly amazed by the amount of reach she is able to generate. The other goalie with 5 shutouts? Well, that would be Mackenzie Arnold. She has made some incredible close-range saves this season and has been a big part of moving the Portland Thorns back into a familiar position in the table standings. I thought this save against Croy Bethune was super outstanding, even if it was a little bit self-inflicted. At this point, you might be saying, Bridie, how can you possibly consider clean sheets a goalkeeping statistic? There is so much work done by the rest of the team to make that happen. Fair enough. We should probably look at XG conceded as a team stat, and surprise, surprise, that was another area where Arsenal led the Premier League. At this midway point of the season, the San Diego Wave are league leaders with 9.6 XG conceded. They've done this through creating a really nice partnership between Kennedy Wesley and Mimi Van Zanten, but really, they are getting everybody involved on defense. I have not seen this team look this poised defensively since a certain Naomi Girma was on the roster. Defensive powerhouse Gotham FC are second with 10.4 XG conceded midway through the season. What I am constantly impressed by with Gotham is how patient they are on defense. They are so confident in their own ability that they're not that worried about making the majority of their tackles, interceptions, clearances in the box. In fact, they look really cool, calm, and chill in their box and just around their box. It's such a great quality to have. Third place, we have Washington Spirit with 11.2 XG conceded so far. Comparatively, this team has a lot of 1v1 defenders. They also have a ton of speed on their back line. You can see how that speed helps them transition, and I think their link between defensive and attacking play is just so smooth and buttery. But overall, this speed has been fantastic for them, and I think it's going to serve them very well into a long season because they just stay on top of things. final category we saw Arsenal dominate, well, that was 1-0 wins. It's an important stat because it represents a team's ability to grind it out in the most difficult circumstances and secure those essential 3 points for maintaining a lead. In the NWSL, that leader by far is Gotham FC with 3 wins by 1-0. We have a perfect tie for second place between the Utah Royals, Washington Spirit, and Orlando Pride. We've looked at 5 different categories of stats, and 2 teams are standing out to me. Washington Spirit appear in 5 categories in top 1, and Gotham appear in 4 categories in top 2. So while San Diego may have the lead in the standings, I think Spirit and Gotham are better positioned for a long season. If I had to pick one to be a winner, well, Arsenal were of course Set Piece FC. With that in mind, Spirit had the lead over there, and I'm gonna have to go with Washington Spirit.